Hey guys, Chris back again here. I'm just going to go over my regional report. I got third at the Portrush Regional, so won the mat and the deck box. Played a Metalfoe Pendulum, quite a odd variant of it, if I do say so myself. Quite well thought out. So I could go through the choices. The live deck profile is on our team page, link in the description. But this is going to be my own personal sort of calm approach to it, because obviously this one I'd done at the time when I could. So yeah, get the stuff out of the way. These are my obviously Beezer tokens. Move Pikachu. So start with the main deck, shall we? So for the main, I played 11 Metalfoes. The reason being is when we get to them, obviously, the rank 8 one, level 2, is not very good. There he is, stealing. He's not very good. He is a level 2 and he has 0 attack points. So he is pretty bad. I play the Summoner's Art in this so I can get to the high scale pretty easily. So I don't feel that playing more copies of this is any good. I would cut him absolutely completely if I could, but obviously I can't. He is needed in some number, but I don't think that number is 3. So that is why I played 11 Metalfoes rather than the quote-unquote standard 12. I also played the Magic Spectre engine of blank card because I had to lend them because I haven't picked them up yet. 3 Bumbucky and 1 Kieran. This is obviously absolutely fantastic. Like, it makes Totem Bird our first turn. Kieran is obviously the best card, best Pendulum monster. That's why it's at 1. Just disrupting all the plays, returning itself to safety, can't be targeted and can't be destroyed. Like that is insane for a 2k beat stick. And it's obviously a scale 2, so that's pretty handy. Bumbucky's a scale 5, which is pretty good. So that's why Bumbucky to Bumbucky is actually pretty good. That's why I don't play a second target for Bumbucky because it can search itself. And the next engine I played was Ariadines or Ariande. I played 3 because I'm playing 48 card main deck, because it's like the old Mermail logic. If you play a higher main deck count, because you can search everything you want, so you want to keep the cards that you're going to search out of your hand, away from your starting hand, so you can actually search them. So this is why I play 3 Ariadines. This is obviously a lowish scale, and obviously all the Metalfoes pop at the trigger. I do think the Ariadine version, if you want to call it, or an Ariadine engine, is better than any engine. By far. I played this over Gofu, like near enough directly, because I knew the room I was playing in was full of Merge, and obviously Solemn Strike and Solemn Warning are fantastic against Mirror, so that's why I played this. I don't think Gofu's very good, because the we call it the Zul'Gin play is actually really hard to get off because you need at least 4 cards. You need 2 Metalfoes, Gofu, and a card to set. That could be any number of things, but you still need that card, so it is still a 4-card combo. That's just too much, and the Leviosa Synchros are not that good to make up for a card that is potentially dead that you need another card to play it, if you know what I mean. Gofu's nice for out in Spirit Dragon, i.e. you special summon it, normal summon a level 3 Pendulum, hopefully sync off in the Ignister, summon Luster, pop Luster to shuffle away whatever, either Spirit Dragon or whatever's coming off it. So that's obviously really good for that, but I don't think Gofu is good enough to play for that reason. That's why I play Ariadne over him. But it's up to you. You can play either or. Play triple eccentric because this is not only a problem outer, but it's a combo piece with combination. Because you get to pop your own combination to complete a scale, etc., etc. But also this is obviously an MST and a XL Force, which is really good. Very versatile card. I had to play 3 of. It's so good. And it's obviously a high scale, which is really good. The semi-last pendulum, Luster Pendulum. I think you should play this on every single pendulum deck. It's just free advantage. Obviously, the best one for it is Ariadine because you get another Ariadine, you get counter chops, etc., etc. But this and anything's really good. It's just a really good card, and obviously Ignister is fantastic, so why not? The last Pendulum engine I played was the Clay engine. I will pay the money for Desires, but I will not pay the money for a Monolith. That card is too expensive, so I lent them. Monolith Infinity or Monolith Scout is a really good engine because Scout pay it, feel great, get Monolith, pop it with either with only the Metalfoes, and then Pendulum back, make Infinity. That's obviously fantastic. That's why I played the Clays. On to the non-pendulum monsters, we played the Speedroid engine. I can't remember whose list it was that I based mine off, but he played 48 cards. He's on the House of Champs channel, and he played 3 MST. His reasoning being that MST is a good card, obviously, for clearing back row, but it's also a combo piece, the same as Eccentric and Pop Your Combination. That is true, but the Speedroid engine just does far, far more for your deck. That if you don't want it, it can be an MST if you want, but you go special and make Grand Pulse or Brick Sword. But this can be Totem Bird when you draw first turn, which MST can't. So that's why I believe the Speedroid engine is far superior to just playing MSTs. In my opinion anyway, and this is obviously an out to Spirit Dragon, because you go Break Sword, target, it tags out, and now you're free to, you haven't used your normal or your special summon yet, so or your pendulum summon yet, so that's really good. So that's why I played the Speedroids. And obviously with 48 cards, the chances of seeing Tacton Borg are very, very low. Still happened, but very, very low. And the last monsters, as you're probably expecting, is Triple Bay Dragon. This card is good going first, good going second. It's obviously, this deck can make boards like there's no tomorrow. That's what it does. It goes first and makes a really good board. It's like, here, break my board. This kind of contributes to the board, because you pendulum summon defense mode, or you can normal summon attack mode and have, say, Equipped Angoneer off the Theratop. And obviously that alone is pretty hard to break for most decks like Blue Eyes. But Dragon going second as well, all you do is sacrifice a random card in your hand to blow away their field. So Dragon is really, really good. And obviously you can turn him off anytime you want, because you get the problem with the Metalfoes and then get to make your plays. I don't know how many monsters are there. I think it's 31 from memory from the deck sheet. On the spells, 2 Painful Decision and triple Summoner's Art. I wish I had space for the third, but I just don't. Like, I don't want to play 49 because that messes with the miles. Like, I don't want to go into great detail of mathematically why this is better than 40 cards, but it is. Just take my word for it. But I don't want to play 49 because it messes with the ratios. But 3 art, 2 Painful Decision. This can either become I can't remember what he's called actually. The tank. Where is it? I can't find him. The Scaly at level 7. Become him, or it's obviously to get Scout for the Infinity play, and this gets all the rest of your Metalfoes. Like I said, I really want to play a third one, because in 48 cards, chances of opening 2 of these are very slim, so the whole once per turn effect's kind of negligible. But like I said, no room, absolutely no room. And the card Triple Desires, this is obviously 40 plus cards, so this is like no risk, because you're playing such a high number of months or a high number of cards that even without searching, your chances of hitting your key important cards are very low. So this card's obviously fantastic. It's just a +1, such a good card. Like I said, I'll spend the money on this card, but I'm not buying Monoliths, man, no chance. Then the last spell is Metalfoe Fusion, Obviousness. This card is just so good, like just a free +1, really good card. Onto the traps, combination, like I said, probably Eccentric or Grand Pulse to complete your skill, and that's just really good. Like, I don't care what anyone says about Metalfoes, play this card or you're bad. Like, this card is so good. Like, you need to play it. Fuck 3 counter, you need to play 2 counter, 1 combination. This is the best Metalfoes trap ratio, like, no question. And this card is really good if you're playing the deck right. And counter is obviously really good because it's your, your counter, your trap. When your opponent makes a push or something like Metalfoes, disrupt their plays and get free advantage. Onto the traps for the Aradine is triple strike and 1 warning. I want to play that Mind Over Matter trap, which seems kind of cute. The one where you trip if your opponent summons activates a spell or a trap or something like that. It's either that or activates a monster effect, one of the two. You tribute a psychic monster, which all the Metalfoes are, to negate and destroy it, which is kind of nice. That's kind of cool. But I think it's kind of gimmicky, so I didn't play it. I've just played these instead with the Solemn Brigades. Pretty good. And lastly, one Emptiness, because this card wins the mirror, wins Blue Eyes. It's not bad against PKBA by any stretch. And like I said, you can make them equipped Engineer, and this, your opponent can't Regeki you. They have to get Rhine Emptiness another way, so that's pretty good. Onto the side, this should have been the Spider. I just completely forgot one-handed in my deck list that the Spider's better in this deck because you can pendulum summon the Spider. But yeah, it didn't come up once that this should have been the Spider, like i.e. a pendulum summon it, so this was fine. It's just like I said, it should have been the level 7, the Spider, or it could be Raiden, whichever. This is better than Cherries in this deck because of 48 cards. Cherries is only good when you open it. This is good all game round. And obviously you can make Ori Calgon beat over it for double piercing, so that's why I played this over Cherries. One Dark Hole from Regeki for board clearances. I think you need this. You either need to play this or Book of Eclipses to out the mirror matches Jag and Kieran. Kaijus, I guess, but these probably will be Book of Eclipses, to be honest. But at the minute, Regeki Dark Hole. I'm lending my Book of Eclipses at the minute. 2 Twin Twisters. People should stop playing MST and Cyclone because the decks that these are good against, you always want to hit more than one back row, like Cosmic Cyclone. Are against we call them BIPK, hitting the Fog Blade. That's nice Spanish in it. But the way BIPK is at the minute, they play more than that amount of traps. They play the likes of strikes, anti-spells, etc. So you always want to hit 2 back row, like argument over against Demise, hitting pendulum scales. I will discard Kieran, I will discard Luster. I do not give a shit. Any card in the deck discarding is good to destroy 2 back row. 2 Full House, because I knew there's going to be Demise there, but I didn't go against any. Obviously you can sacrifice your skills like Ariadine or whatever, whatever, destroy 3 back row. These should have been anti-spell fragrances, but I had to let mine, because anti-spell fragrance you can turn it off anytime you want with the Metalfoes, but this can be searched by Aradine. I just wanted something for the mirror, but these should have been anti-spell. I think I would take out this and maybe either a Full House or a Twin Twister for 3 anti-spell. And then lastly, Double Typhoon. This is better than Ghost Ogre because this outs anti-spell. Ghost Ogre doesn't, so that's why I play this over Ghost Ogre. Other than that, it does mostly the same thing as Ghost Ogre. It's just when ABC come out, I'll probably switch to Ghost Ogre, but at the minute, Typhoon's better. On to the extra deck finally. One Totem Bird for either double Raccoon or a Terror Top first play. One Breaksword for baiting out the Spirit Dragon or anything anti-spell fragrance, stuffs like that. One Equipped Engineer for opening up Dragon and Terror Top or something to that effect, or Emptiness. One Grand Pulse for popping back row if I don't want Diamond Direwolf, or popping the combination. One Castell for outing problematic cards like anti-spell or stuffs like baiting out the Spirit Dragon. One Dweller for Blue Eyes or BIPK. Utopia package, no space for an intermediate one. Like, to be honest, anytime you really summon this is when you're going for game. You don't really summon this to make a push and then like leave it there. Like, you don't really summon this when you're going for game. One Nova and one Infinity. I can't believe I had the Infinity but not the Nova. I couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to lend it. Annoyed me. Like, I couldn't find a lot of my cards. I either couldn't find them or I had to lend them. Like, that's... lastly, one Big Eye because it's probably the best level 7. This could be any level 7 you want. I just picked Big Eye. It came up once. Level 7s don't usually come up that much, but when they do, I think Big Eye comes in the most clutch. One Ignister for the Luster. Didn't want to play Dinosaur because 2 extra deck cards for 1 main deck card seems kind of terrible. 1 Adamante, whatever. This is perfectly cuttable, to be fair. I don't know, like, I don't really want to make this, like, ever. Like, if I want to resolve fusion, it'll be to make this. I might switch this out for the bigger guy, because this is only easy for the Gofu sort of combo. So yeah, that's the shitty deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. 4th place. Shout out to my sponsors, Ultimate Guard and Card Market, best sponsors around. Shout out to teammates, Andy Ward for making me play Big Eye and Grand Pulse. Shout out to James Butler for lending me the Scout Monolith. Shout out to Johnny Waters for lending me the Raccoons. Yeah, blah blah blah. Here's another video for this shitty channel. Please check out my team's Facebook page, which I am the glorious leader of. Blah blah blah. Bye bye, guys. Peace out.